Hey, Keith Lowery with the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, Chief Deputy. Sitting up here with Representative Mike Sparks talking about some pending legislation, things coming on with the things that are coming up here on the Hill. We've looked at some bills today. The Sheriff's Association is up here today with all of their representatives, their chiefs, and meeting with their local representatives and elected officials. We're talking to them today about things that the sheriff's office or the sheriff's offices are supporting, things that bills that we're concerned about, things that we want to see done for advancement of careers. One of the bills today was about retirement for those entering the fields of law enforcement and correction in the state of Tennessee. There has been a lack of persons putting their names in there and applying for these jobs, and they don't sometimes understand that there's benefit to putting themselves into a career field in public safety, law enforcement, things of that nature, corrections. Yes. And we've also need people working in our warrants divisions, and this is for sheriffs across the state. Everybody's looking for people to come to work for them. We're trying to be competitive in pay, and that's for everybody as well. Everybody's trying to deal with those things. There's funding coming from the state government for SROs. There's a lot of things happening within the state of Tennessee, great things that are happening. A lot is coming out of Governor Lee's office that we are very much appreciative of, and that's been helping us help recruit people into these positions. Yes. With that, we've got a great number of people that want to apply for certain jobs and may not understand them. For instance, our dispatch centers, we need people to work in our dispatch centers. They are the very first responders. Yes. If the phone gets answered, then the responders can come. So we are looking for people in those roles. Every entity that I know of, for the most part, is looking for people to work in those roles. One of the things we're doing at the Capitol in D.C. is trying to reclassify dispatchers as protected service class, which is another issue. We want them to held to the same standard as law enforcement officers, EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, and so on. They are just as much an integral part of the response for public safety and emergencies as anyone else. Yes. So we want to make sure the country knows that, and that's what we're up here fighting for. And we're going to talk to that on not only a state level, but also on a national level. So that's why we've got representatives. Matter of fact, next week going to D.C. to meet with other persons at the Capitol to discuss those issues.
Yes. We were talking about Sally Walls. I know I put you on the spot before. Yes. About the importance of mentors, and I knew Sally was good to you and so many other lives she touched. You can say a few words about Sally.
She was a career builder. I mean, she was a very insightful human being, had a lot of vision, and she was my chief. And she meant a lot to me as a chief. She meant a lot to me as a friend. I got to know Sally and Jim and the whole family, and felt like Sally on some occasions was like a mom, and she talked to me like a mom needed to talk to me sometimes. But she helped my career, and she was very much a mentor for me. And I miss her dearly, but I appreciate greatly everything she ever did for me.
Yes. Well, if any young people are watching this, if they did want to apply for a dispatch, maybe get into the jail as a correctional officer. Yeah. I mean, where do they need to go?
Wherever they live. It doesn't matter. I mean, necessarily it doesn't have to be Rutherford County. Obviously, it could be anywhere in the state. Look into your county where you live. Look at job opportunities. You might go to the HR website on the county's site, and find out where these open positions are. With that, you can apply for whatever position might be open. And the thing is, we're looking for people. We would like to see in the schools in the future, much like you see in a lot of schools, you see criminal justice programs. Florida's one of the states I know has this program. They're doing emergency communications training just like they do criminal justice training in the high schools. So that the certification can be done once that person comes out at 18 years old. They can take their test and walk right into a dispatch center with a job and a career right in front of them. Wow. So we're hoping to see something like that gain some ground here in Tennessee as well.
Yes. We were talking about the counties, the needs of the county. We're one of the, I think, 13th fastest growing county in the nation. You know, my heart goes out to our mayor and county commissioners with having to fund schools and growth. And how's the jail come along? How are y'all with staffing and maintenance?
We're getting some applications like any other sheriff. And like I said, there's a group of sheriffs here at the Capitol today. All of them have experienced a limited number of applicants applying for corrections jobs. Corrections jobs are good too, and they're just as much part of a sheriff's office as anything else. They're no less important or more important than patrol deputies, warrants officers, dispatchers. Everybody has an integral job to do, and all are essential jobs.
Yes.
These persons that do this are very much respected in our regard, and they are part of we incorporate them. They are not a detention center. They are the sheriff's office. They're a part of us.
Yes.
And so with that, we try to hold them to the same standard, and we hold ourselves to that standard, that we try to make sure that we get the right number of people, the right understanding and mindset with those that are coming to work there. we want them to understand we're going to grow with them. We welcome into our family. We're going to take care of them. We're going to make sure that they grow. I myself started in detention as a corrections officer many, many years ago.
Yeah.
But was able to move through my career and wind up becoming I've been a assistant chief of police, been a deputy chief, chief deputy. And so I've been very, very fortunate in my career to have those blessings and have those opportunities.
Yes. Real quick, we wrap up. The Sheriff's Academy. Who is? I can't remember the guy that teaches.
Sergeant Gary Heron is the one that coordinates that.
Nice fella. I went through it last year with my intern, Sarah Snyder, and real sweet. And then I went through it as a county commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Now, me personally, if I could run legislation that would require every county commissioner to go through your Sheriff's Academy, I'd pass it. We don't like mandates up here on our locals, but want to encourage every county commissioner to go through there. I've even encouraged Justin Jones to take a ride along. You know who Justin Jones is?
Yeah.
And he sits behind me, and I said, Justin, you need to take a ride along with THB. And he says, Sparks, I've done 13 of them. I thought, 13? No, 14. He said, but mine's been in the back of a patrol car. Now, I don't think Justin will be mad at me if he sees this video, but I do think it's important that we know what officers are facing, whether it's de-escalation, mental health, and trying to, intervene, just like you're talking about the importance of dispatchers.
Yes, sir. Some of the things we're doing, Representative, right now we received grants. Okay, we just secured some, and one of those is for mental health co-responders.
Yes,
we'll be riding with our officers to certain types of calls to help de-escalate those calls and to deal with that person and get them the help that they need when they're out there in the field. And there's limited resources for mental health in this country.
Yes, definitely.
Not just in the state, but in the country.
Yes.
And so we need to do, and mental health is not something that your local law enforcement is necessarily trained to deal with or to handle in the long term. But we try to do what we can to get those folks that are having a situation to get them the help they need. The other side of what I was going to tell you is there are other grants that we just acquired for training for virtual reality. We've got a partnership with MTSU for virtual reality retraining for our officers, so that you'll see them wearing a VR headset and they're interacting with scenarios to de-escalate and to learn how to handle those moments. Yes. So that's ongoing right now, and we're doing some training with that currently.
Well, need to get you to go speak at Smyrna High School. You know Jennifer Britton?
I do.
Remember Jennifer? Maybe go speak to her criminal justice class.
Anytime.
I remember Jennifer. I think we grew up together, so we were probably 5 years old.
I've known her for a very long time.
Sally's niece.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
I
appreciate you.
Thank you.